Did we get it?
We're having some technical difficulties.
We made it.
For our pilot episode.
We made it.
But we made it.
707. So, okay.
Oh my God! Look how everything works out. Spirituality.
All right. Hi, everybody. So,
Hi.
welcome to Empower to the People. Thank you for joining us on Facebook as well as Instagram. Hello, people. Hello, hello,
Hey.
hello. All right. So, this is exciting. We are today addressing
Self-care in this political climate.
Yeah, how you can better care for yourself during all of the madness that is going on. So just a couple housekeeping things. My name is Heretta.
My name is Paige.
Yes, and we have gone ahead and started a YouTube channel, even though there's nothing posted up there, just a description, a picture of us. But you can find it on YouTube at Empower to the People. Okay, Empower to the People. Please subscribe. Get us started, and next week we'll be having our first episode.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
got that already going. So we're gonna be live tonight, and then
we will be sharing pre-recorded episodes tying into kind of, you know, the topic that we share on our lives to YouTube. So we'll be sharing all that info as we go. But yeah, we've been working hard for this movement and this little project, and we're so excited to share it with everybody finally.
absolutely. So just to start it off, we all know what is going on in the world right now, and it's like exhausting sometimes. And so we just want to address, like, what feelings are you feeling? You can comment below exactly what are you going through. But when we were thinking about it, couple of the emotions that we notice is that division occurs from time to time.
Yeah.
And just feeling overwhelmed. I know for me personally, it was just like getting
a lot.
hit
It's
day
been a
after
lot.
day
I know.
with- yeah.
I feel like ever since like 2025 opened up, it's just been like,
I like how you said opened up.
yeah,
Like a
because
portal.
it's felt like it's been a portal. It's like a portal. I mean, this is a pivotal year. 2025 is a pivotal year for astrology, which we're going to talk a little bit about tonight.
For sure.
But yeah, it's just been a lot.
A lot of fear has been occurring. And if you know anything, fear is a very low vibration. And it can most definitely affect your root chakra, so causing you not to feel grounded and just up here, just excessive thinking. So I'm going to have a few tools that you can assist with being a little bit more grounded with your thoughts. Something that you can journal, so I'll mention that a little later.
Mm-hmm.
But also, hey, might be having some panic.
There's a little bit.
The most current thing is all these damn tariffs. Yeah, things, the cost of living is, raising, and, so those things can cause us to panic. So also some anger might be going on, some uncertainty. So these are all normal emotions. If you are feeling these things, this is normal. And try not to suppress yourself. Actually talk to someone about these things, someone who you could feel safe and comfortable discussing these things to and with.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
And more than anything, have faith. Because it could be a lack of faith occurring right now. But hey, gotta have faith to move forward. But as a collective, we are most definitely shifting, right?
Yes, we are shifting into a new paradigm. And it feels weird and scary. Nobody really knows, what's happening. But I think everyone can feel. I'm big on feeling like in the body what's happening, your emotions, which we're going to touch on a little bit too. But I always like to say that emotions are really energy in motion. I think Dr. Joe Dispenza says that.
Yes, Dr. Joe.
Dr. Joe.
What's the book? Supernatural.
Yes, becoming supernatural.
That's a
but
good one.
Energy in motion, that is emotion. So, our feelings evoke emotions, which are physiological changes in the body. And that can, really have an effect on our well-being, and sense of security and safety and our sense of groundedness. And it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It is.
Yeah. But it's important for you not to get overwhelmed because
it's easy. It's easy to crash out and get overwhelmed and stick our head in the sand and do the same old things. But
what purpose is that going to serve in the long run? Because we got time to go. Okay, we just getting started.
This is just getting started,
yes.
So we're gonna pace ourselves.
Absolutely, most definitely, and know that this is just like growing pains. I know when the pandemic first occurred, it was just like exhausting. That you can actually just feel the heaviness, the
confusion.
The confusion. What word am I trying to find? Spirit though. Oh, the uncertainty. That's what it was.
Uncertainty.
The uncertainty of like what was next, and I feel like that is returning now to this point. So it's truly like us being reborn, and it just takes a long ASS process to get everything like flowing and building a new foundation for us. So it's kind of like a lot of things are being uprooted.
Yeah.
Our norm is not the same. If you can reflect back over the last, you are not who you once were.
No.
5 to 7 years ago.
Right.
A lot of stuff has shifted, so it's important to give yourself grace as you evolve, as well as give your loved ones grace too, because we are not the same people that we once were. So
literally everybody is changing, even at like a cellular level. I mean,
I see it as a good thing though.
It is a great thing. It's just what I was going to say while this came up, and how you were like, this is a long ASS process. It is, and it feels like it's even more like heavy and taking forever because it's happening at a collective level, so just think about the changes you have gone through in your individual experience. Now imagine every single human on the planet going through that experience. I mean, are there like 8 billion people on the planet now? 9, 10? There's a lot. So everybody going through this at once, feeling this upheaval, feeling this change, feeling, the sense lack of security and certainty. It feels like it's taking forever.
Yeah.
But this is growing pains, and this is, the collective waking up and experiencing a new kind of enlightenment in a way that we never really have before.
And it's beautiful to witness, even though, like I said, it's just growing pains to start off with. I've seen it personally in my business, the evolution in people, because so I first started my business back in 2014. And people didn't know about chakras, but to see the evolution from 2020, more people were like, oh, what is that? And are more aware, and then you talk about it on TikTok. So now it's exciting to me. The other day I was watching something on TV, and they were talking about their Reiki person. And I know I saw it on an episode of Grey's Anatomy, and Debbie was talking to her husband, like, my Reiki master has come, and I'm like, oh my God, it's getting mainstream and people are talking about it. So that's exciting, seeing people be more open-minded to different ways of caring for yourself. So here's a few tips that I have related to mentally keeping yourself together. So related to your thoughts, check in with your thoughts. Are you thinking things because you done saw it on social media, or are they truly your thoughts? And then within that, what are you consistently thinking about? What is nagging you to a point? Is it affecting your mood? How long have you been thinking about this excessively? Because if it's
ruminating on it,
hello,
it's hard not to, but just kind of having that check-in with yourself of, okay, catching yourself in that loop, doing the same neural pathway in your brain that you're used to, and just kind of stopping, pausing.
Maybe revisit later, but really recognize how often are you like thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like I had a client today, and I was just like, you're stuck. You are just stuck, and it's important for you not to excessively obsess about stuff, especially worrying. Worrying is just a wasted emotion. I often tell people that it is just a wasted emotion of excessively. Unfortunately, at times when you worry to a certain degree, you're calling those things into your life.
I was going to say, what you focus on, you attract. And worry is just another form of fear, honestly. And then also when we are worrying or experiencing anxiety, we are focusing on the future, which we know is completely out of our control. All we have is this present moment.
Yes.
And the only thing we can control are our responses and actions in the present moment. Easier said than done, but
it's
don't
important
worry,
to know.
Be happy.
Yeah. It's important to know though that you are a co-creator. So you are a co-creator, and you are causing some of the effects that occurs in your life, you know. So be mindful of that. But on the mind aspect, remember to just check in with your thoughts related to the body. How about you do something that's enjoyable, that gets your gears going? You know, find an enjoyable exercise. A lot of times people hear exercise and they're just like, oh my God, I don't want to run. I don't want to. And I'm just like,
get your blood moving.
Do something.
Get your energy moving.
Yes, spring is here. So why not start getting outside more, hiking? If you don't want to do the outside thing, that's fine. Maybe the new popular thing is line dancing. Maybe you want to start doing some little, get your fans out. It's a new little thing. I got started.
A new dance.
Boost to the ground.
Okay.
Anyway, so you might want to start finding, you know, back in the day, people was doing Zumba.
Yeah.
Something to move your body because it assists with shifting the energy within yourself. So find something to do. I remember a couple years ago, I was just like, hey, let me start riding a bike. I didn't have a bike, but I was just like downtown Dayton had bikes that you could just rent for a couple hours. That I just started doing that. So find something. I wonder. I'm gonna look into that. I think they
or maybe
should.
it's the scooters. I'm thinking of those things are a lot of fun. Actually,
I haven't rode those, though.
They're fun. I did it when I was in DC. It's wild.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
I'm nervous.
It's okay.
I will be the person that got the for real helmet on and
that's perfect.
Protected, just because, you know, I'm a little clumsy at times. I'm not afraid to admit that. But then also you might want to like start strengthening for women in our 40s.
Hey.
You know, you get to a certain age and you just like, you really need more strength to help balance yourself. So definitely do something for your body. So again, your mind, checking in with your thoughts, your body starting to move, doing something enjoyable. But then for your soul and for your spirit, how about you do something that's fun to lighten the mood in this political climate?
Raising that frequency.
Yeah, definitely. So how about you? Everybody has a favorite movie. Me and Paige.
Yes.
Connected.
Oh my God.
I said something to her about one day. I was just like, oh my God. I was like, oh, is it because I saw him? I don't know. I think it's because I saw Bill Murray. I was out.
I don't remember. I think we were texting about something, and one of us said, "Have you seen
What About Bob?" And we was like, "Oh my God, I love it!" So it's like one of my favorite movies. Baby Steps, love it. So like I went and bought the DVD. Just so I was like, okay, we can have a movie night and watch that. But that's like one of my favorite movies that is funny. You know, that gets you in a good mood. So write down a list of funny movies that really like lift your spirit up. Sometimes I wake up on a Saturday and just want to watch a cartoon, get into my inner child, feeling that. So I might wake up and want to watch, you know, little DuckTales or little Rescue Rangers. Yeah,
I love it.
So little stuff like that, whatever can lighten the mood. And then if you do want to tune in the political climate, what I do from sometimes is go on YouTube. I'll watch Jimmy Kimmel, watch his stand up about it, The Daily Show, Stephen Colbert, just to get the news, but not get way down. Enjoy the comedy of them making fun of this administration. But we can't get too deep into that because unfortunately we're in a process that you come back from out the states and the U.S. border want to be like, oh, what's on your phone? Another thing, but I'm not gonna go there. But anyway, that's
the key is to try and keep your frequency up, and we will be sharing a little bit more about this in a later episode. But laughter is a great way of raising your vibrational frequency. What I like to do is I have a list of things on my phone that help me to get in flow. And what I mean by in flow is I forget about my phone. I forget about, having to go to work tomorrow. I forget about the damn laundry I gotta do. I lose time. I forget about time, and I'm enjoying being in creative flow. Like I create art, I paint, I draw, I sketch. I'm
artiste.
I'm doing something where I'm creating. That's where I check out, and I'm with my inner child again. Or I'm oh my gosh, playing with my niece and my nephews. Like I've been doing a lot of that lately, just being around kids, and they don't have a sense of time. They don't really they're just like, what do you mean you gotta go to work tomorrow? What is work? I'm like, you don't even worry about it, okay?
Enjoy your childhood.
This is just like, just, but I actually have a list of things that I go to on my phone where I'm like, okay, I realize what I'm doing right now. I'm ruminating like on a past event. I'm stressing about the future. I feel like I have no direction, whatever it is. Where's that list? And I'm like, what sounds like fun? Literally, I feel in my body, I'm like, what feels like it would be a lot of fun right now? Actually, I want to go outside and put my feet in the grass in the dark, or I want to go on a hike, and I just go do it. I just go do it because it's being able to stop, recognize what's happening, and then having options for yourself of being like, all right, I know what I'm doing. I know I'm aware of my habit right now. Let me go and break that habit and raise my frequency a little bit.
Yeah.
Get in a better space.
And like she said, we have more tips on our upcoming episode on YouTube, so be sure to check that out. And again, it's Empower to the People. And hey, guess what? We got an email too. If you feel like there's something that you want discussed, that is, what is the page?
empowerttp@gmail.com. We would love it if you interacted with us.
For sure.
And sent us some feedback or gave us some ideas for topics that you would like to see discussed on here or get on here and discuss with us. We have a whole slew of ideas, but we are doing this for you, for the viewers, for our clients. So we really want to know what you think. So drop us a line.
Yeah, let us know. What is that? So, okay. With all this chaos, it's happening for a reason, just because one of my favorite statements, as above, so below. Okay? It's a song too that I like the girl. As above, so below. What is his name? Anthony something. Don't worry about it. But it's a dope song.
Oh.
Okay, well, while you talk about it for a second, I'll tell you the song. Go ahead.
Okay, well, so my love is astrology. I've used astrology as a tool for the past several years to help with my own personal growth and healing journey. But what I really love is sharing astrology with other people, either about their personal astrology or what is going on right now. So astrology is one of those spiritual tools that I feel like has been really taking off, which I love. It's really funny how people used to like barely know, their sun sign or whatever. Now when you have a conversation, they lead with their big three. Yeah, like I know my sun rising. Like, oh damn. Like it's
men and women. It's enjoyable. And guess what? If you don't believe in astrology, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Not trying to change your mind
Not
about
at all.
anything. Okay?
No.
We just want to highlight some of the things that are going on in the outer space that is affecting us as a people and shifting.
Right. And the reason I like astrology is because, I can see those planets out there and human beings have absolutely no effect on it. It is objective. Like, they're moving. That's
regardless.
Like, humans, you can't touch that, all right? Like, it's raining. Uranus just did this. Well, guess what? Like, we have no control over it. And it's cyclical, meaning what comes around goes around, and you can always trace these planets and these placements in history and see exactly what was going on at any given time, and it lines up. Like, you can't...
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, I'm just laughing because I had a family member recently told me, like, hey, guess what? I said something about retrograde because something was happening with the technology, and he was like, the planet can't go backwards. It just is what it is. And I was just
That's
like,
not what it means, but okay.
Sir. Okay. I didn't even want to go there. I'm just like, okay.
That's what it is. See, that's good. You're fine. Are you here?
I'm growth. That's growth.
What do you think?
Because the old me would have been like, well, because
we were in the car the other day and somebody cut her off. And
hey, you want to tell my business? But go ahead.
Just calm down. And I want to actually share a win for you.
Okay. All right.
And I yelled out the window hoping the guy would hear me. And Retta didn't do anything. She just kept on going. She goes, that's growth right there. I didn't honk the horn and yell at him or anything. I was like, well, I hope he heard my ass because he almost died.
But I'm so proud of myself because there was a time I had road rage.
Yeah.
Just for a minute, my hormones were shifting. It's just a lot. But anyway, I was like, why am I like going off on people? But then I recognized like I wasn't even affected. It is what it is because he's straight up.
Yeah. So I was proud of you.
Thank you.
I was proud of you. And I wanted to share that with everybody. So
anyway, back to your show.
So astrology is basically the study of how cosmic movements of celestial bodies interact with each other and influence energy and life on our planet. Okay, and like I said, it's cyclical, meaning that everything rotates around our sun, which is the center of our solar system. And 2025 is a pivotal year astrologically. We have got a lot of heavy hitter planets, meaning outer planets, which move very slowly, changing signs. And when that happens, you feel it. And not only are these big planets, when I say big planets, I mean like big energy planets, changing signs, they are all happening at once. And in history, these have occurred at an individual time. And right now, they're all occurring at the same time. This has never happened in recorded history. And to me, that says we are being asked and tasked with making different choices. We have the luxury of being able to look back in time at history and see the choices that we have made and the results of those choices, right, as human beings. And the cool thing about astrology is that you go back in time and astrology lines up with every one of these events. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. That's what I love about it. It's like, I mean, yeah, they've made a lot of shit up about history because the victors are the ones who tell history. I get it, but big major things that were, like globally known, you can't make it up.
Like what?
Okay, so our big one, I'm sure a lot of people who are into astrology have heard about, is Pluto. Pluto moving into Aquarius. And Pluto takes 250 Earth years to rotate around the sun. For us, it takes 365 days, right? Yeah. So Pluto is a slow-moving generational planet. That's the one that's furthest out, right? It's
get back into my astronomy.
I know, right? Okay. I know. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so just to give you an idea, Pluto changes signs every 20 years. Okay, it just moved out of Capricorn and it has moved into Aquarius, and it will be here for the next 20 years. So until about 2044, 2045, I think.
So just to break it down for us who not into astrology, so a Capricorn is already a slow type of grounded energy anyway.
Yes.
It's an earth sign.
Yes. Capricorn is also the sign of capitalism. It's like the worker of the zodiac, right? It's the hustle, like show up, make that money, and Pluto. Do.
Okay.
Human doing, not human being. We don't have time for that. Some of us gotta work, you know?
Gotta make a living.
And Pluto brings in death and rebirth, transformation, change. One astrologer says, like, when you meet Pluto, you transform or die. And that's it. You don't get a choice. But Pluto can also really bring out the shadow side of certain things. And we got to see that towards the end of Pluto leaving Capricorn. Okay, so you've got capitalists like Donald Trump coming into, control, and you've got these billionaires that are sitting in seats of power over our entire government now, not just the economy. And when Pluto entered Capricorn, it was back in 2008. And do you remember what happened in 2008?
What happened?
The housing market crashed, and we had a recession. And
so that was the last time it.
That's when it switched signs, but that's when it switched into Capricorn.
Okay.
So, do a little quick math here. I did it before because I'm an esthetician, not a mathematician. 250 years ago put us in the time frame of 1775.
Okay.
And if you remember any of your history lessons from school, you might remember that during that time, I'm ashamed of you right now, we were talking about the political climate of America, and you don't know what.
I don't. That wasn't my strong suit.
The American Revolutionary War was occurring. America is experiencing its Pluto return. So also the French Revolutionary War was occurring. I mean, like, you look back in time and it's like, wow, well, that checks out. That lines up. And what is happening right now in our country? The people, there's a great distrust and an empowering to the people, the state or its overlords. Okay, and it's very telling. So then you also have Neptune, that is another outer planet, and it just moved into Aries from Pisces just yesterday. Yeah. So the last time, now Neptune,
keeping you up to date.
All right.
With this.
Fresh. So Neptune Saturn takes about 165 years, Earth years, to rotate or orbit the sun. So the last time it was in Aries was, get this, 1861 to 1875. Now I'm sticking with big events that happened in the United States, since that's where we're at, and that's where most of us received our education. It was in the United States. 1861 to 1875 was the Civil War. Or the Civil War is 1861 to 1865. But this was an intense conflict over differentiating beliefs and identity. You know, we had the North that wanted to progress into a new way of life, or, you know, the economy, however you want to look at it, and the South did not want that. So we had one nation under God, completely divided. Completely divided. Not indivisible, divided. And there was a lot of unrest. And so, and I'm bringing this stuff up, I would like to just be clear. I am not bringing up these big, scary historical events, specifically war, to fearmonger or, you know, predict anything negative. It's just pointing out the correlation between the astrology placements that we are experiencing at the same point in time right now, that occurred at different points in time in history. Like, it's so funny.
She leaned into it.
I'm serious, people. Like, like when I'm doing my research, I'm like, oh my god, like 2025. I mean, it ain't no shit. This is no joke, people. Like, we're seriously, you know, that's why everybody. This is backing up the unrest that we feel.
Well, speaking of that, it being 2025, I would just like to highlight that in numerology, this is a year of 9. If you add 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, it will equal 9. And 9 is all about endings.
Yes.
So do not be afraid. If some things are just not working up or getting uprooted and leaving your life, is for a reason. Some endings and conclusions are happening just to bring about a rebirth cycle.
Yes.
Okay, so it all correlates.
Yeah, and that's at a collective level again. So because we're all following the year 2025, we're collectively experiencing that energy of 9, of releasing, of endings. I'm in a personal year of 9 myself. So I'm also really feeling it. My word of the year is release, because everything that's just been wanting to leave my life, I'm like, okay, I gotta let you go. What choice do I have? That's like everything, from people to stuff with my career, like everything. But it's a good thing, because that means it's making room for the new exciting changes coming in. So, yeah, and then finally we have Uranus and Taurus. Uranus is another outer planet. It takes about 84 years to orbit around the sun. So
a little less time.
A little less time.
We're under a century here. Okay.
Finally. Well, okay, and Uranus has actually been in Taurus since 2018. And if y'all remember, Donald Trump was elected to president in 2017, but how much, okay, so the planet Uranus is all about shock and change and upheaval and growth and new ways of thinking. And Taurus is the sign of comfort and stability and security. And so when you add these two energies together, we get a lot of change and upheaval. And what in the hell have we been experiencing, you know, for the last like 6-7 years?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we've got like a person, a political outsider who came into office and changed a lot of things for all of us. And then we had a global pandemic, and now we've got stuff changing in the, you know, it's just crazy. But anyway, I mean, crazy is like the central theme here, right?
Hey.
We've got now Uranus is actually going to leave Taurus this year in July. On July 7th, it is going to move into the sign of Gemini. And Gemini is all about, you know, the mind, thought, intellect, and ideas. And again, this is not to fearmonger or bring up any sort of like negative prediction or anything, but going by history and, you know, what has occurred during times of Uranus being in Gemini, some astrologers have called Uranus and Gemini harbinger of war.
What?
Yeah.
What you call it?
A harbinger of war, because we have a lot of differing ideas and newness, and the human ego does not like to be challenged. And when we have big powers that be being challenged or challenging each other, we get big fights, right? So again, just to line things up for you, 1774 to 1782, American Revolutionary War was occurring in the U.S. 1861 to 1865, last time Uranus was in Gemini. Civil War was occurring. And most recently, the U.S. was involved with World War II, but also we experienced the Great Depression with Uranus and Taurus at the time too. And we are experiencing really difficult financial times right now, you know, and you know, it's very interesting to see all this stuff move. So, all of this to say, if you're still with us, there's a lot going on, and as I gave, the reason I gave dates is because you can see these occurrences happened at all very different times in history, but they are all occurring at the same time right now. I hope you understand what that means. That means that it just backs up, like I said, these feelings of uncertainty and change. That it's just like, what in the whole hell is going on? Well, this is how I look at it, and this is a form of my higher power, and I'm like, it's gonna be okay.
Always.
As long as we make better decisions.
No fear, y'all.
No fear. No fear.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
And you kept it simple so we wouldn't be overwhelmed.
Yeah, we'll get into detail later on.
So, all right. So, we gave you a few tips on a little bit of self-care for your mind, body, and spirit. We gave you a little update about what's going on in the cosmos. And to finish it off, I just felt like drawing a little card for us.
All right.
Know?
Let's have it.
So this is a moonology. Oh, I said that song, As Above, So Below, is by Anthony David.
Anthony David. We'll
Yeah.
be looking it up.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be our little theme song or something.
As above,
We don't own the rights to that
so
song.
below. No, we do not. Thanks, Paige, for that. You know, gotta stay in the legality of everything.
Yeah.
All right, Spirit, what last message do we have for the people who are tuned in to Empower to the People? Again, don't forget to please go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you are aware when we put up our first episode, which is here pretty soon.
Yes.
It's exciting. And again, you can write us at empowertothepeople at gmail. empowerttp
at gmail.com.
And more than anything, after all this information we gave you, believe in the impossible.
Oh
okay?
my God!
Blue moon.
I love
With
it.
her blue hair.
Mm-hmm. You like that?
So yeah, believe in the impossible no matter what is occurring. We gave you some, things that's going on in the political climate, but believe in the impossible, that things can turn around to the highest good for yourself. And I'm going to read just the message from the book just to further emphasize.
I don't know why I'm always surprised. Like
I
when
don't
I pull
know.
a tarot card or an oracle or whatever, and it pertains so well to, like, I'm sure my guides are sitting there like, what do you want from me?
Right.
What do you expect?
That's why I get excited every time. So just
magical.
Just to give you guys, my personal YouTube page is Healing with Heretta, where I do some readings as well. But I promise I am so enthused every single time.
Yeah.
When my clients get divine guidance readings from me, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so animated.
Like,
It
more
never-
excited than
yeah.
they do sometimes. Like,
It never ceases to amaze me. I'm like, Spirit is showing up and showing out. All right, so here's the message related to the blue moon. Believe in the impossible. I can't make this up. Anyway, as the saying goes, some things happen only once in a blue moon. In other words, hardly ever. Drawing this card suggests you're about to get a rare chance and that something one-off could well be about to happen. Okay, so be on the lookout. A once in a blue moon situation might be happening in your life soon. This card is a very positive sign. She kept on telling you there's no fear mongering here. No. We are here to bring some positivity into your life.
Educate,
all right?
and enlighten and empower.
That's right. So this card is a very positive sign if you felt like you're hoping for too much or asking too much of the universe. Never doubt the universe. Anything and everything can happen at any given time. Okay? Have faith in that. Whatever you are asking about, well, it might only happen once in a blue moon, but it can happen. Exclamation point. Okay.
What is Heather always says to me? She's like, impassable. She quoted Alice in Wonderland. She's like, nothing is impossible. Simply impassable.
All right, now.
Nothing is impossible.
However, with this rare opportunity before you, it's important that you believe in it. More than anything, when you are manifesting, one of the key aspects is believing as if it's already here, it's already happening. We will talk about manifestation at some other time.
Yes.
We'll keep that in the noggin. Anyway, if you convince yourself that whatever you're asking about can never go in your favor, well then guess what? It won't go in your favor. Okay? So be grateful for this card to believe in the impossible, which it is a reminder to believe in your dreams. Okay? So
I love that. That is so awesome.
yes. So I love that we are ending on that note. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're tuning in live or you're rewatching this, we truly appreciate it. And yeah, we're excited about this situation.
Yes, we're so excited. Thank you, everybody who stopped in or said hi or sent a wave. I hope that you come over and subscribe to us on YouTube, which again is Empower to the People. And drop us a line either in the comments here, on our content when we get it over there, or drop us a line in the email, empowerttp@gmail.com.
All right. Until next time, we are here to empower you.
Empower to the people.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Bye.